New one, dead. Dead as a doornail. Plug in the charger. Flashing red and amber icon. Man, what is going on with Blackmagic, man? How you doing, guys, and welcome to another video. And this is a video I really didn't want to make because I hate doing depressive videos and negative videos on the channel, but it's just something I really wanted to talk about, and that's to do with my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. Okay, so as probably most of you know, who you look at my community posts, that that I've sent my 6K Pro back and I won't be getting another one. So let's just forget about the price for a minute. The fact is that the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, the image quality is up there with the big boys, and we're not going to deny that. So we have to ask ourselves, the question is, what is holding Blackmagic back from being seen as a proper professional camera in this industry? And I remember watching a video, and Grant Petty, I think he's a CEO or whatever of Blackmagic, and he was talking about, when he used to work in broadcasting and etc. And then he had the idea to make a camera, that could compete with the higher bodies and at an affordable price, so all indies could get on it. So the dream, obviously he brought that dream to life, and you've got to give the man serious props for that, because what he's managed to do is absolutely amazing. But we're talking, over 10 years now, maybe just under 10 years. And, when we look at the history of Blackmagic, they've been plagued with poor quality control. Whether we're looking at the early cameras going on to the release of the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. But after the Pocket 4K, the first batch went, it seemed to kind of iron itself out, and then everyone was practically getting good units. And I bought my Pocket 4K later on, so I had a solid unit, and my unit is still working fine, to this day, and I've had it for about 13-14 months now. So when they announced the Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro, I was disheartened because I really wanted a cube camera, but I thought, you know what, my 4K has been good to me, it's earned me some decent money, and it's allowed me to kind of continue this journey and becoming a filmmaker. Yes, I'm still very new at it, I'm not perfect, I'm not saying that, I'm far from perfect, but it's afforded me to work with high quality files, good images, and try to get the best out of it. Whether I butcher it or not, that's down to me. But so all right, I got over the initial shock of this big old camera which they released, and then I ordered it like immediately. I think I ordered it probably about 2 hours after it was released, and that's when the problem started. So there was a bit of a confusion about the shipping. Oh, it's supposed to be coming in a couple of days, and it's not, whatever. So then I just cancelled that order from one company, then ordered with Pro AV. It's a UK company. They got me the camera super quick, absolutely amazing. So as soon as I opened the box, I noticed there was a dent on the top of on the camera. It was only on the EVF cover, but it's still a dent. And regardless of whatever people might say about it's a cheap camera, whatever, it's still nearly £2.5 grand, right? So it's still a lot of money. So rather than Blackmagic just swapping out the EVF cover, they said no, I have to send the camera back in to get it replaced. So I sent it back in. And yeah, they said they were going to replace it. And also that one had the blue screen as well. That screen was mad blue, but it didn't really affect the footage too much, but it was mad blue. So my second one comes in now, I'm looking over the body, yeah, everything's fantastic. And then immediately I noticed that on the lens, the body cover, there was no logo written on there, no Blackmagic logo, it's just plain black. All right, I don't care about that. As long as the main body's in proper, good condition, that's all right. So shooting with it, everything's nice. And then one day I was just taking off the lens, and then I saw like these two white spots underneath the filter, the IR cut filter. I was thinking, what's that? So I got my cleaning kit, tried to just push it away, and it's not coming off. So I realized that there's dust underneath the glass, or whatever it was, some sort of marks underneath the glass. So called Pro AV again. They said, okay, we're really sorry about this. Send it in, and then we will exchange it for you. So sent it back in, absolutely amazing company. They sent me one out straight away, and that was absolutely amazing. Now, by this time, I was already supposed to use my P6K Pro on 2 jobs, okay? So I couldn't use it on that. So I'm having to, look for other cameras, because I did a stupid thing, and that was I sold a couple of cameras because that one came, and I thought, everything was going to be good. Big mistake, big mistake. I should have waited. But anyway, so they sent me the third unit. So third unit comes, I'm checking the body, oh fantastic, there's no marks on it, there's no scratches, looked at the sensor looks mostly clean. There was a little tiny white spot right up in the corner, but I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to overlook this one. I don't want to send it back again. I've got a shoot tomorrow. Let me just use it. Put the battery in, no power. Oh my God. So I take another one of my batteries, plug that in, no power. I plug it into the mains. The red and yellow, the red light, the power light just keeps flashing amber and red. So I went onto the groups, posted a video on the groups. People said to me, you can reset it by holding down the button and then switching it on and all this kind of stuff. Nothing worked. So by this time now, I was just totally fed up with this whole situation. And it just kind of dawned on me that these cameras which they're sending out, I don't know whether they've rushed it or if there's some sort of really bad QC going on. But I know that something is definitely wrong in this production line. So I emailed Blackmagic and I never got any response from them. I emailed some guy called Patrick who runs the European whatever. He's the head of the European branch or arm or whatever. No response. So I called Blackmagic and I spoke to a guy in tech. I'm not even going to say his name, but this guy was the rudest guy I've ever spoke to in customer service. Now, you've got to remember, right, that not many of you know this, but I work for tech companies. So I've worked, in the past, I've worked for Panasonic. I've done like 12 years at Panasonic. I've done like 4 years at Samsung. I did 4 years at Microsoft Research. And I'm talking about, my level is working anywhere from on the shop floor, talking to staff, training them, all that kind of stuff, to high levels. Like I've worked with NASA, Volvo, Volkswagen, Red Bull. I've worked very close alongside Satya Nadella and Cindy Rose, who's the EU CEO. Our UK CEO, sorry. I've done so many high-level events and investors meetings. So customer service is paramount to what we do. We have to be good because as a brand ambassador, or the new term, tech evangelist, you have to be on point because, for instance, at Microsoft, when we've done the meetings, we're responsible for showing our investors these products, and you have to. You're talking about billions of pounds in investments here, just over £1 billion or so in investment. So you have to be spot on. You can't be doing no shoddy demo. And I'm used to working with prototypes and alpha and beta software, stuff like that. So I know all about it. But Blackmagic seriously dropped the ball here. And all the guy was interested in doing was defending the product. He was talking about the blue screen over and over. Yeah, we're fixing that. Mind you, I never even said anything about the blue screen. So I don't know why he keeps going on about it. I'm telling him that if you're expecting people to spend £2,500 upwards on your gear, it needs to be spot on. That's all I'm saying to the guy. But the guy was just being so defensive. In the end, we didn't get nowhere. He said there's nothing they can do about it. Send it back to Privy. We'll send you another one. I said to him, I'm not going to waste any more time with you. I've wasted enough time with you. So you can just do whatever you're going to do, but I'll be moving on to a different brand. So then going on to the Blackmagic forums, people have got the notion that just because the camera's relatively cheap in the cinema world, or Blackmagic afford us to do all these sorts of things, that we should give them some slack and then take these imperfect units. Now, I don't see that. That's not what I see. If I went to, like Tesla, and I bought a car, and the car, the bumper fell off, and I don't know, and they said it only drives for 300 miles before something will go wrong, and then you'll have to return it. That's not what I'm trying to hear. I don't care how cheap you're selling it to me. That's not what I'm trying to hear. I would rather go and buy something cheaper or less capable that wasn't maybe full of electrics and stuff like that, but at least I know it's going to do the job. That's what I'm saying. And what really winds me up about that comment, when those people said it, and it wasn't one person, it was a few people, that, we're indie filmmakers, it allows us this dream. Well, that's the whole point. We don't have money to be flying around everywhere. I'm not some 2 million subscriber channel. I'm not making money from movies yet. I'm making money on the side doing, corporate stuff and little bits and pieces here. But as in terms of a movie maker, I'm not making any money. I'm just trying to learn here. So how can I keep throwing money around everywhere and, and my camera could die or fall apart in a minute? That's not what I'm trying to hear. So what I'm saying is this first batch, which they've sent out, is no good. They're no good. They're plagued with issues. You've got people opening boxes and tally light covers falling off. You've got other videos with dust on the sensor. You've got people that have got that have ordered two at the same time from the same store, and one screen's brown and one screen's blue. Then you've got other people that have got green tint in their footage, blue tint in their footage, and they're telling us that they're going to fix it via software, or you shouldn't be using the monitor to gauge anyway. Fair enough. Okay, I understand that. Maybe you should be using a professional monitor, but the whole point of us having a pocket camera is that the whole thing is in one piece. You know, the term pocket, people complain about it because it don't fit in your pocket. That's not really the way I look at it. The way I look at it is you've got a camera that has everything on there. So excited about the NDs and, you know, the flip screen and all that kind of stuff. Everything is all on one unit. So that's the term when we talk about pocket camera. If you compare it to, say, some, you know, some Reds or some Arris, they're absolutely huge and need to be rigged out with other stuff. So this is why we need something solid. We can't be dealing with that kind of stuff. So mine have gone back, and I've totally lost faith in Blackmagic right now at this present time. But it was the guy from tech support that kind of tipped me over the edge to start looking at other things. So yeah, guys, this was a bit of a rant, but you know, I'm not saying that the camera's bad. It's got fantastic IQ, and those of you that have got a good unit, you know what, I am actually jealous of you, because it got to the point where I was thinking, I wish I'd just kept the first one with the dent and just put up with that and the blue screen, and maybe the fix would have worked. But you know, who knows? But the niggling problem I've got now is, in 10 months, is this thing going to crap out, or worse, even 13 months when I'm out of warranty, is it going to crap out and then I have to pay 600, 800 pounds for a new board or some sort of craziness, you know, because of the camera is not built up to scratch. So I'm going to wait about 9 months or so. Maybe I'll look into it, into Blackmagic again. But at this point, I'm not really sure. I think I'll just stick with the 4K and just roll with that for a while and film on some new cameras. Oh God, I'm going out of exposure now. Look at that, the sun's just come out. All right, we're going to leave it there, guys. But thanks for listening to this rant. And if you're thinking about picking up a P6K Pro, you know, there's a lot of things to look out for and a lot of things you've got to check at the moment. So just when you get your unit, check it with a fine tooth comb. That's not going to help you with the insides, you know, in terms of, you know, how good the electronics are. But really, that is just an upgraded 6K. So really, that unit should have been spot on. They shouldn't have been having these problems. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.